So we all know Shohei Ohtani is going to be on the cover of MLB The Show 22, and we are so close to the game actually coming out. But in today's video, I think there's going to be a 99 overall Shohei Ohtani collection. Day one of MLB The Show 22, pretty similar to the Jackie Robinson collection that we got in MLB The Show 21. So in this video, I'm going to show you why I think there's going to be a 99 overall Shohei Ohtani collection. Day one of MLB The Show 22, and then we're also going to take a look at some cards that could possibly be in that collection. So if you're excited for this one, and you're excited for MLB The Show 22, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe if you guys are new. I would greatly appreciate it. But I hope you all enjoy the video, and let's get it.
Minika, watch me on Twitch, ooh, I'm streaming. I'm on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, red button beaming. Let's get that sub count, take over YouTube, ooh, we teaming. My content so hot, ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Ooh, yeah, I'm steaming. Red button beaming.
Okay, so I am on MLB The Show 21 now, and I'm going to show you why I think there's going to be a 99 overall Shohei Ohtani in the game day one of MLB The Show 22. Now, he's not going to be super easy to get. He's not going to be that free 99 finest card that we got late MLB The Show 21. He's going to be fairly difficult to get. Now, the first thing I want to take a look at is the collection in MLB The Show 21 that I think is going to be very similar to an Ohtani collection MLB The Show 22. So we're going to go to the collection tab, and we are going to go to the 42 collection. For those of you who played MLB The Show 21 and remember the beginning of the year, the 42 collection was 42 cards, hence Jackie Robinson. Obviously, Jackie Robinson's number 42. That was retired league-wide. I think it was a really cool idea. He was on the special edition of MLB The Show 21, the collector's edition, if you will, and they made a collection for him day one, where if you collected 42 of these 42 series cards, you got a 99 overall Jackie Robinson day one if you were able to get all these cards. Now, these cards in the collection consisted of some legends. You see guys like Larry Doby, you see guys like Ken Griffey Jr. As we go down, we have guys like Cal Ripken Jr. was in this, Babe Ruth was in this, and then you're also going to see some younger players. You're going to see some veteran players in Team Affinity Season 1. Every single team got a card. All 30 MLB teams got a 42 series card. Then we had the 8 legends that were available. If you got the collector's edition of MLB The Show 21, you were able to pick 2, I believe. Day one of MLB The Show 21 that went to this Jackie Robinson collection. And not only that, they were also sellable on the market. So day one, they were very, very cheap. I guess people didn't think they were going to complete this Jackie Robinson collection very quickly. I want to say like Ken Griffey Jr., Babe Ruth cards like that were going for like 15, 20K on the market. And like a few weeks later, they were going for about 50, 60,000 stubs on the market. So I definitely could see them doing something similar for Shohei Ohtani and MLB The Show 22, because he's going to basically be the collector's edition of the game, and he's going to be the standard edition of the game. Because last year, Jackie Robinson was on the cover of the collector's edition, but the normal cover athlete was Fernando Tatis Jr. for the base edition of the game. Jackie Robinson was a collector's edition. That's why he got the 42 series collection in this game. Next year, MLB The Show 22, it's just Ohtani. He's on the standard and he's on the collector's / digital deluxe edition of the game. So he is going to be the one to get the collection. Who else are they going to give it to? Nobody else is on the cover. So I could see them doing something like a Showtime collection for MLB The Show 22 with a 99 overall Shohei Ohtani coming out day one. So how I think this collection is going to work is going to be a little bit different than from MLB The Show 21. The most obvious part of this collection is going to be like the MLB The Show 21 collection, and that is going to be Team Affinity Season 1. We had 30 cards, like I said earlier, that went into the Jackie Robinson collection. This time when we do Team Affinity Season 1, instead of them being the 42 series, I think they might do something really cool by calling it the Showtime collection. I think it'd be a really cool name for the collection, and I want to give a shout out to Jay Calvert, who made some of these awesome Showtime Team Affinity Season 1 concept cards that could possibly be in MLB The Show 22. I would love to see something like this. These cards are absolutely awesome. Make sure to follow Jay. His links are in the description down below, but he made so many of these cool Team Affinity Season 1 card concepts. No doubt in my mind, we'd have to collect somewhere from 40 to 42 cards and collect every single Team Affinity Season 1 card to have a chance to get that Shohei Ohtani. But when it comes to the rest of the cards after Team Affinity Season 1, if you do get the digital deluxe edition of MLB The Show 22, you are going to get a cover athlete choice pack. You're going to be able to select one previous cover athlete that was in a prior MLB The Show game. So in that pack, we're going to have players like Aaron Judge, Javier Baez, Fernando Tatis Jr., Bryce Harper. Then we're going to have legends that are returning to MLB The Show games like Ryan Howard, Joe Mauer. So I would imagine you'd probably have to collect every single cover athlete as well. That would basically be the same thing as the Diamond Choice pack we had last year with the legends in the 42 pack with guys like Ken Griffey Jr., Babe Ruth, Cal Ripken Jr. So I imagine that's going to be the equivalent to that pack. pack. So it really depends on how many cards we are going to get in that. So I could see them having about 8 to 10 cards in that cover athlete choice pack, and we'll go over some of those cards in a second of who I think could possibly be in that pack. They should all be about a fixed amount, probably 85 to 88 overall. So you'd probably have to collect all of those cards and have to collect every single Team Affinity Season 1 card, and then we'll have to see if there's going to be any other cards for that collection. So now that we talked about what we can expect from the 99 overall Shohei Ohtani collection in MLB The Show 22, now let's take a look at some of the cover athlete choice cards we can actually see in that cover athlete choice pack. And I want to give a shout out to Angel Galarza, who always hooks me up with some of these cards, these stats we can take a look at in these videos. So make sure to follow him at his socials. Those will also be in the comments and the description down below. So the first one we're going to take a look at here is David Ortiz, who I forgot to mention. Obviously another legend that's going to be coming back into the game. He was the 99 overall AL Live Series collection last year, and this 88 overall card, none of these stats are final. I do want to stress that. We don't know if they're going to be 85 overalls, if they're going to be 88 overalls, but we'll have to see. I could see them being 88 overalls because that's what they were last year from the 42 cards, so we will have to see. So David Ortiz is first baseman, would be a pretty solid card. You know, he's going to have good power against righties, good contact as well, lefty bat, really solid swing with bad defense, but David Ortiz would be a solid first baseman to start for your team, so he can be a good option to select in that pack. Then we're going to have a new legend here in Joe Mauer, who I'm really excited to use because I didn't play MLB The Show when Joe Mauer was in the game. This is actually my first year playing MLB The Show really consistently in MLB The Show 21, so I'm excited to get to try out a Joe Mauer card, but he should be excellent, especially if they give him an MVP type card. He should have high 90s defense, power should be really solid, and the contact should be great with a lefty bat behind the plate. I mean, Joe Mauer should be a really good catcher, especially day one, 88 overall catcher. He should be one of the solid picks in this pack. Up next, we are going to have Ryan Howard, who's obviously another new legend coming into the game, and he's actually going to be better than David Ortiz in my opinion. They're both 6'4", both lefty bats, both have pretty solid swings, but Ryan Howard actually has more power than Big Papi against righties. Against lefties, I think David Ortiz was a little bit better, and he's actually a little bit of a better fielder than David Ortiz was as well. Then we have Andrew McCutchen, who was on the cover of MLB The Show 13. We know he's going to be in the game, and he's going to be a solid outfielder that can play center field, left field, or right field. You should have some pretty solid defense. I would say high 70s, low 80s like we see on this card. Contact shouldn't be a problem, and the power will be okay to start off the year with decent speed. So Andrew McCutchen would be a really solid card as well. Will I pick him? Probably not, but it'll be a pretty solid card for those of you who want to pick up Andrew McCutchen. Then we have a few guys who we don't think are going to be in MLB The Show 22, but you never know. Adrian Gonzalez, this would be a good card, but I don't expect him in MLB The Show. And then we have Dustin Pedroia, who I also don't think is going to be in MLB The Show 22, but you never know. They could surprise us. We haven't got the Legends reveal trailer yet, so maybe Pedroia, maybe David Wright will be in the game, and we'll get these cards as well. But Pedroia would be a really solid card. This Miguel Cabrera card, though, from MLB The Show 14, looks like it would be an excellent pick to begin the year. The defense wouldn't be great. He could play third base or first base, but Mickey always has a pretty glitchy swing, really solid swing. I loved it in 21. His 99 overall card was extremely underrated. He would have really solid contact and power to start off the year, in my opinion. Again, defense would be okay, so you can use him at first base if you really want to, but Mickey always is a great player in MLB The Show. Then we'll skip over to MLB The Show 16, and we know Josh Donaldson's going to be in the game. He's going to be on my New York Yankees to start off the year. Very excited to see what he can bring to the Yankees in real life, but this card, I always love Josh Donaldson cards in MLB The Show. Always has a really good swing, plays above the stats in my opinion with sneaky pop. This card would have okay contact, pretty solid power, and he'd be a solid defender at the third baseman spot. Depending on third baseman options, how expensive they are at the beginning of the year, this could be a pretty solid pick in the cover athlete choice pack as well. Then we're going to go on to Ken Griffey Jr., and everybody loves Ken Griffey Jr. cards. He was in the 42 series last year. He was an 88 overall. I expect him to be in this pack as well. Griffey has one of the glitchiest swings in the entire game with that lefty bat. He's going to have good speed, good defense as well, excellent power. Griffey, you can never go wrong with a Griffey card in Diamond Dynasty. I actually think there can be a chance we see a 99 overall Ken Griffey Jr. as the live series collection for this year's game. We'll talk about that though in another video. Then we are going to have Aaron Judge. As I talk about my Yankees here, I might go ahead and pick Aaron Judge as a Yankees fan, especially if he has that 100 plus power against righties and lefties to begin the year. That would be excellent. He'll hit a ton of home runs for me. Now I know the 6'7" body isn't the most ideal because he's going to have that big strike zone, but as a Yankees fan, I feel like I'd be doing myself a disservice if I didn't pick Aaron Judge. The defense looks really good. The only unfortunate part is that he is 6'7", so even if the defensive stats are really good, he's going to feel pretty slow in the field even with 65 speed. Then we have Bryce Harper, who's going to have a high live series diamond going into next year's game, the reigning NL MVP. So if you want a budget Bryce Harper card, this is going to be the pick for you. He's going to be solid against righties, 87 contact against righties, 90 power against righties. Against lefties, pretty solid as well. Really good swing, lefty bat, solid solid enough defense, high 70s, low 80s with a pretty solid arm to begin the year, and solid speed. Bryce Harper will be a really good pick for the outfield as well. Javier Baez, this card doesn't look great. His offense is okay. His highest stat is 87 contact against lefties, 85 power against lefties. Against righties though, pretty mediocre even for the beginning of the year. Looks really solid defensively though, mid to high 80s in all the fielding stats, and then a 97 arm with 65 arm accuracy. I mean, that's really good fielding stats to begin the year at the shortstop position, or you can play him at second base. And the speed is 73, but I don't think I'll be going with Javier Baez. And then we're gonna have Fernando Tatis Jr. Now, Fernando Tatis Jr.'s live series card, because he did get injured in real life, is probably gonna have a lot of value. So if you want to go with a budget Fernando Tatis Jr., this is gonna be your pick, especially if he has that 100 power against righties and lefties like he does in this card. The contact is going to be fine for the beginning of the year because pitchers aren't going to have that high hits per nine. That is going to make your PCI pretty small to begin the year. It's just not going to happen until we get probably to about June, July, when all-star game cards come out with higher hits per nine. So Fernando Tatis Jr., the live series, and this 88 overall card are going to be really good. His fielding stats actually look pretty solid on this card. I don't know if they're going to be that hard going at the Diamond Dynasty when the full game does come out. 81 fielding, 96 arm with 83 racks time, but we know he's going to be able to get around the base pads and steal some bases. 85 speed and 80 steal. And the final card we're going to take a look at in this video, now I do think he's going to get a 99 overall card, but there's not to say he's not going to get an 88 overall card as well for people that want a lesser version of Shohei Ohtani and can't complete the 99 overall version collection. So I do think we are going to see an 88 overall Shohei Ohtani, and we're going to have starting pitching stats and we're going to have hitting stats for Ohtani. So we have 82 stamina, 92 hits per nine, 79 Ks per nine. Control is going to be okay on this card. Velocity should be pretty good, and the break should be pretty nasty from Ohtani. Should have a 14 fastball, splitter, slider, cutter, and curveball. So the pitching side of this Ohtani card looks pretty solid. Then we have the hitting version of Shohei Ohtani, and they are implementing two-way players in the game this year. So you can use Ohtani as your DH in Diamond Dynasty, and he's also going to gain his stamina back as a starting pitcher to be ready to pitch in about 4 to 5 games. So that is going to be a really cool concept when it comes to using Ohtani on your Diamond Dynasty team. And this card is going to have okay contact, lefty swing though, and they actually gave him his real hitting stance in real life. Before MLB The Show 21, he did not have that. So now he has his own batting stance in MLB The Show 22. Better swing, lefty bat, 98 power against righties, 87 against lefties. Again, he should be your DH, not really playing the field, and he's going to have 84 speed, so no complaints here with Ohtani. Okay, everyone, that's going to do it for the video today. Do you think there's going to be a 99 overall Shohei Ohtani collection day one of MLB The Show 22? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you guys enjoyed the video and you found it useful, do me a favor, hit the like button, hit that subscribe if you guys are new. I would greatly appreciate it, and make sure to follow me at my social links, which are on the screen for you all right now. But that's going to do it for me today. See you all in the next video. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.